Okay, so in this video, what we're going to do, we're going to use a chain rule. So here I want to find the derivative of these two different functions. So the first thing that you want to do is that we had to use a chain rule for both of these problems. And at least for number one of the things to do first is to make sure that you get or convert this cubed root into a power. So we know that the derivative of this, well, let me first put this to the power. So it will be x squared minus 2x plus 7 to the power of 1/3. Okay, now if you remember the chain rule, and I'll write it over here, what the chain rule says is that if I have a function within another function, okay, then the derivative of this, okay, d over dx is just going to take the derivative of the outside function, leave the inside by itself, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside function, okay? What we're going to do here, the outside function in this case is this 1/3. So we're going to go ahead and just use the power rule by taking this 1/3, putting it to the front, and then subtracting by 1. Okay, so I'm going to have 1/3. Okay, then I'm going to leave the inside by itself. Okay, so this is going to stay the same, x squared minus 2x plus 7. Then I'm going to subtract it from 1, so this is just going to be what? Negative 2/3. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it by the derivative of the inside function. So my inside function in this case is x squared minus 2x plus 7. The derivative of that is just going to be 2x minus 2. Okay, so I can put this in parentheses also. All right, so all we really want to do now is just make sure that we clean this up. Since this is negative, let me go ahead and put it down. And right now the 3 is on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put this entire thing down. It's going to be x squared minus 2x plus 7 raised to the power of 2/3. That's going to go ahead and get rid of the negative. On the top, I have a 1. And then I also have this 2x minus 2. So what I can also do, I can also put this on the top. Okay, and I can have 2x minus 2 over 3 x squared minus 2x plus 7 raised to the power of 2/3. So you can go ahead and leave it like this. You can also make it into a cubed root again, but that would be it. That's a derivative for that problem. Okay, now for this problem, the second one, notice that I have two different functions. Okay, so I have my first one, f, and I have my other one, g. Okay, so here's where we're going to use the product rule. So we know that we have to take the first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. Okay, so y prime, so I'm going to take the derivative of this. So the first thing is my f. Okay, so my f, I'm not going to do anything with it. This is still going to stay as square root of x. Okay, then I'm going to take the derivative of this thing. Well, this thing, the thing in purple, well, this is just another chain rule. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the 3, put it to the front, so that's going to give me a 3. I'm going to leave the inside by itself, plus 2, subtract the 3 from 1, so this is going to be 2, and then I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the inside, and the derivative of the inside is going to be 7x to the power of 6 plus 0. Okay, so notice that this is a product rule plus a chain rule at the same time. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to add this to g. Well, g, we're not going to do anything to it. X to the 7th plus 2 to the power of 3. And then I'm going to multiply it by the derivative of the first. Okay, the first, well, this is just square root of x, which I can convert to x to the 1/2. Can move this to the front and then subtract from 1. This is just going to be 1/2 x to the power of negative 1/2. Okay, so if I were to clean this up a little bit, I will have square root of x times 3 x to the 7th plus 2 squared times 7x to the 6th plus, and then I'm going to have x to the 7th plus 2 to the power of 3 times 1 over 2 x to the 1/2. because I just put this negative and I brought it to the bottom. Okay, you can leave it like this if you want. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up a little more. Notice that I can multiply these two numbers together, and I'm going to get 21. So I'm going to have 21 x to the power of 6 square root of x. And then I'm going to have that's x to the 7th plus 2 squared. Then I'm going to put this on the top, x to the 7th plus 2 to the power of 3 divided by 2, x to the 1/2. Okay, and I mean, you can continue combining these two together, but I mean, at this point, what I really I'm looking for this exam is that I want to see, can you do the chain rule and combine with the product rule or with the quotient rule or anything like that? Okay.